Hello everybody, welcome to my live. I'm Laura Rodrick. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm going to make a couple of quick adjustments here. I feel like I'm there we go, a little bit more in the middle. All right, how's everyone doing on this beautiful Tuesday evening? It's warm here. I think it's about 85 here in San Antonio. So nice night. All right, hold on, I've got to switch some things around here. Trying to get myself to come up on Facebook. There I am. Now I'll be able to see your comments. All right, welcome everybody. All right, got a Christmas shirt on, switching over to Christmas tonight. Time to get started on the Christmas cards. So I'm excited about that. This is not, I don't know, I'm having trouble with the camera. Okay, I have some fun projects for you tonight featuring the Homemade Treats bundle, and it's all about gingerbread. I can't believe I don't have a gingerbread shirt. Anyway, like, how is that even possible? I don't even know. And I have a little secret to share. My husband put up one of the Christmas trees today. It's not decorated yet, but I know it seems crazy, but we still have 3 trips coming up before Christmas, and we're having company for Christmas, so if we don't start now, it's not all going to get done. So we're trying to get ahead, start this year. So yeah, so that happened today. Hi, Renee. How are you? All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for watching either live or on the replay. I appreciate it a lot. I'm going to get my camera turned around and we'll get ready and get started right away. Oh, I almost hit the finish button instead of the camera turn around button. All right. Let's get things organized here for a second. All right, let's get a little bit closer. All right, still playing with my new phone stand. The jury's still out. I'm still not sure if I like it or don't like it, but I feel like I get a little bit closer straight on, so that's it. Lisa, hi, thank you so much. Thank you, I appreciate that. That's so nice of you to say. All right, you guys. I found out about this last night, free shipping for the next 3 days. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on orders of $75 or more, free shipping, which is super exciting. Of course, I mean, I just placed an order on Sundays, but I feel like I always need more stuff, right? So I'm going to have to check like my general supplies and see what I need. I'm pretty sure I need more white cardstock and some envelopes and stuff like that. So, and you guys, if you're going to get my kit this week, my make and takes, then you can place your $50 order $50 or more before discounts and taxes from Stampin' Up, my website, and then you'll get free shipping if you spend $75, and then you'll get this for free too. So anyway, that's fun. Okay, quick mention of this because there's only a couple weeks left on this. I think it's less than 2 weeks. And this is the starter kit, which is $90 worth of free Stampin' Up! Products. So $125 worth for $35, which is a fabulous deal. Consider it. I mean, if you're thinking you're going to make your own Christmas cards this year, get $90 worth of free stuff to make your Christmas cards. That's all I'm saying. It's a great deal. I don't know if we'll ever see one this good. Or you can get $189 worth for $99, which is also $90 worth of free. Now, why would you want to spend more and get more? What if you want to order something bigger, like the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which is $140, right? So then you can get essentially $90 off that by doing this one, because this is only for $125. So they're giving you choices. No reason not to buy the starter kit and get some free stuff. I love free stuff. Here's what we're making tonight, you guys. So we're going to make these cute little gingerbread. I love these homemade treat cards. So we're going to make 2 cards. So we have this cute little card right here. That's one of them. We also have 'Tis the Season for baking. Whoops, sorry, I had a Post-it note in there for photography. So we're going to make this one right here. We're going to make this cute little box with the Christmas candies in it. This would be a cute little gift to give to somebody, a nice little treat box. And we're going to make this cute little gingerbread. Look at, doesn't he almost match exactly? Look at how he's carved out. So we'll talk about that too when we get to it. So let me put some of these things aside here. And we'll get started on the first card. We're going to do this one first. So let me get out the pieces for our card. First, let me show you what we're going to use. All right, the homemade treats. Do you guys have this? This is so cute. I'm a Christmas baker. I usually make at least 12 kinds of cookies at Christmas. So I am totally a Christmas baker. I bake gingerbread every year, although I stopped doing gingerbread men and I do gingerbread dogs. So Wheaten Terriers, I have a Wheaten Terrier cookie cutter, so I do gingerbread dogs every year. But I love I do a butterscotch gingerbread. It's really delicious. So this is fun because it has all the elements. Look at the decorating tube, the dough that's cut out, the oven mitt, the rolling pin. I mean, how cute is this set? I love it. And then the dies to go with it. And I love the fact that they give you 2 of some of them. So the candy cane cookies, there's 2. The gingerbread cookies, there's 2. And then look at this cute little cookie sheet. Because, yeah, we're going to bake cookies on the cookie sheet. So that's pretty fun, too. So that is the bundle you need to make all these cards this week. We're also adding in the perennial postage die, the second from the largest, this large rectangle right here. We're going to use that one. Okay, here we go. Are you guys having a good week? I hope everyone's having a good week. Okay, in the back, a couple pieces for stamping and die cutting. We'll come back to that. This is our card base right here. And we're starting with real red, 8.5 by 5.5, scored to 4 1/4. On the inside, we just have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 of basic white. And then we're using some of this designer series paper. So let me show you this paper, what I have left of it. It's cut up pretty good. And this is the Christmas Tags and More DSP. So lots of good Christmas colors. We've got some plaids in here. Look at this one, I think is so cute. The other sides, let me find some whole pieces to show you the other sides. Let me pull a few of these out. So isn't this plaid beautiful for Christmas? I love it. And then this is a really pretty sheet too. So look at this. This is just a card front already done for you, right? And you've got layers that you can do. So that's awesome. Here's the other side of that. I didn't use this, but I will use this in future because, you know, who doesn't love some holly? And then look at this one with the ornaments. Again, a card front already finished. And then this nice small print on the back of that. What's on the back of these? This one that we're going to use. So this is probably the one I've used the most in this card class. And then here's the back of this one. You've got some tags on the back. In addition, you get a couple punch out pieces. Do I still have those over here? I don't know what I did with my punch outs, to be honest. Hold on, wait. They're behind me. Here we go, because I wasn't using them for these cards. I kept them separate. So it also comes with all these punch outs, 2 sheets of the punch outs. Actually, it looks like more than 2 sheets. I guess you get 2 sheets of each of these cute little cutouts with ornaments and presents and trees. And this is just a really, really fun pack of paper. So that's what we're using. All right, let me get all this stuff out of the way. Now that I've made a big mess. Okay, so we have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 of the Christmas Tags and More, and then the inside piece is 5 1/4 by 3/4. All right, and we're going to come back to the inside. So let me put that aside too. All right, let's start adding some layers. Oh, I'm missing. What did I do? Oh, I took a couple things to work with me today. So, you know, I had an admin meeting, and there's a group of us who are administrators for the company. And once a month we have our meeting. And so you guys know our kit that we had with the Halloween treat boxes. So I brought that filled with candy for everybody at the meeting, which was cute. But I brought a couple of my supplies with, my glue dots and a tape runner in case anything had to be repaired. I just threw it in my purse, and that's where it still is. So, all right. So this is going to be our card base. Okay, we've got that. I also have this piece that we're going to build on. This is the piece of garden green that we're using with the perennial postage dies. This piece of basic white right here, this is 4 1/8 by 2 7/8. And this is going to fit perfectly right into here. Before we do that, I'm going to stamp on it. So I'm going to pull this aside too. So we're going to stamp on both of our white pieces like this. This one I sent through the die cutting machine and I ended up with our cookie sheet. All right. I don't know why it keeps bending through my die cutting machine. I'm going to see if I can unbend that. In any case, I'll use a lot of adhesive to put that down. So that's already die cut. Okay. Let's start stamping. I'm going to start with Pecan Pie. I'm only using 4 colors in this whole class. So I thought Pecan Pie was a good color for our little gingerbread guys. So I'm going to start with the dough. This is the cutout dough. Hi, Jolene. So we've got our dough right here. I'm also going to do the rolling pin in Pecan Pie. I'm going to do gingerbread boys. So I'm going to do 4 of them. Or gingerbread men, whatever you want to say. These cute little gingerbread guys. How about that? So we're going to need 4 of the gingerbread. Now I'm going to switch over to another color and let's get out some real red. Am I close enough? Hold on. I need to check my camera. Let's get a little bit closer so you guys can see a little bit better. And let me move some of these things over a little bit so you're not looking at the whole mess, just some of the mess. Okay, real red. We're going to do the decorating icing tube. Put that right there. 1 Santa hat, 1 candy cane cookie. That's a Santa hat cookie. Is that all the red? I think that's all the red. We're going to switch over. Oh, wait, we need to do 'Tis the Season for Baking over here. So I'm going to do it in the upper right corner. Whoops, right after I put my fingers in the ink pad. I needed to get out my baby wipe anyway. Okay. I love the font. What do you guys think about this font? It's fun, right? I think it's a perfect font. Let's see if I can do it right about here. Perfect. Okay, done with real red. Next, garden green. And that's going to be the oven mitt. Okay, now this is ready to go here. We can start building on it. Here's all our pieces right here. Aren't they cute? Let's take our dies, and you can see all the dies that fit, right? The icing tube, the dough, 2 of the candy canes too. So just take all that and die cut all your little pieces out. Excuse me, now that they're stamped. I didn't prepare very well because I just have a big pile of things here that are not too well sorted. So here we go. Let's see what we need. We need 1 of those, 1 of these, right? So far, so good. 4 little gingerbread guys. And we need a hat cookie. And hold on. I was playing with some other colors. What do you think about the pink? I didn't end up using it, but I do like to play. All right, here's a candy cane, and here's a Santa's hat. Okay, that's everything. Put these other pieces for our other cards. Okay, let's build everything. So this can just go straight on. And we're going to start building on that. I'm going to go ahead and pop this up right here. trying to hear what's going on outside. There's some noise outside. A little banging. It's too early for fireworks. You know, we do hear fireworks because we're very close to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. I can see the fireworks from my window, but those are at 9 o'clock. It's only 7 o'clock right now, so that's... All right, I'm just going to try and uncurl this a little bit and then put a lot of adhesive on the back. And that's going to be right here. All right, the dough I'm going to put down flat too. And I'm going to kind of tuck that under the cookie sheet a little bit. Kind of like right here. We will, getting into my stuff, we will pop up our little decorating icing bag. Do you guys make cookies for Christmas? Do you have favorite cookies you make for Christmas? Or do you guys make gingerbread, man? All right, that's gonna go there. Now these I'm just gonna glue on, and it takes a minute for them to dry. So you know what I think I'm gonna do? I used the green glue when I did my original card, but it took a minute to dry. So let's just use a little bit of seal. And I feel like that's going to work a little bit better for us. Let's see if that sticks better. We'll put our 4 little cookies on our sheet. So I will say, since I started doing the Christmas cards, I always like to find some Christmas treats. A little difficult to find a lot of Christmas treats right now. I guess it's a little bit early maybe. Although if you go, you know, I went after work on Friday to some of my favorite stores like Hobby Lobby and Home Goods and all those, and it is full on Christmas there, like full on Christmas. Did I not have a rolling pin? We need a rolling pin. I feel like I should pop that up. I didn't pop it up before, but I'm going to now. Let's get some minis out. Whoa. All right. Come on. Having difficulties. Okay, my nails are a mess. I apologize for that. I was supposed to go last week to get my nails done, and I was just sick all week. I had picked up a cold after flying on Monday, and I was just miserable all week long. I didn't want to get anybody else sick, so I did not get my nails done. So tomorrow I'm going to get them done. So I apologize because they look horrible right now. Okay, last one for this is the mitt. So we'll pop that one up too. Oh, you guys, you know what I didn't do? Oh no, I didn't do my ribbon. How often do I forget to put the ribbon on? Like every time? Almost every time? Okay, that's all right. We can do it. Should I take this off? Can I slide it in between? Let's see. Do you guys like this red ribbon? Isn't it pretty? Okay, I feel like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to slide it in between. Let's try it first, otherwise I'm going to have to tear this off. It's not unusual for me to tear apart cards, but usually not when I'm creating them because I kind of do the steps in order that time. All right, let me carefully try and get these dimensionals up. At least the first couple, right? One more in the middle, which I probably don't need up, but that'll give us a clear area for the ribbon. Okay, that's it. I think it makes really pretty bows, this ribbon. The only thing is it's like one-sided ribbon, so it's shiny on one side and flat on the other, so you kind of have to be careful when you're tying your bow if you want to have the shiny sides on the actual bow part. A little twisting and turning will do the trick, right? Okay, let's cut that up. We're back in business with the ribbon. Is that going to stay? Yep. It's stuck back down. Perfect. Okay, there we go. We're going to do the inside of our card next. Oh, you guys. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Do I still have a cold? Am I still sick? Like, have I got a problem going on with my head right now? Because I literally just tied this card shut. Do things in the right order, Laura. You won't have these problems. But, you know, you make one card. So I made one card, and then I haven't looked at it again since I made it. So kind of winging it. All right. Let's just trim it just a little bit more. All right, does the card open? Let's see. Yes, it does. OMG. Now, if you have, I thought a nice Merry Christmas would be good on the inside. And we do have some Merry Christmas stamps, and I'm sure you have some in your stash. So find any kind of inside greeting that you want. And then we're just putting our strip, and we'll put our two little gingerbread guys on the inside. Just kind of looking happy in here. Okay, there we go. It was a struggle, but we did it. All right, let's add some of those cute peppermints. So these are from last year. They stayed on, which I love because I'm still so in love with these little peppermints. They're so cute. And are they not the perfect embellishment for baking? So there's 3 different sizes, although it seems like the 3 different sizes, like they're all a different size. You know what I mean? Some are fatter than others. Some are thinner than others. So, yeah. So we'll try and get one of each here. And then I wanted to add just another one over here just to kind of fill some space and look cute. You could add another one here if you wanted to. But that's it. That is the first card. Super cute. I hope you guys like it. I think it's fun. I always tend to send these kinds of cards to my friends who I know are bakers because I feel like they appreciate it. 'Tis the season for baking. Okay, so this is our next one we're going to do. Little fun fold, kind of, right? All right, so for this next card, we are going to add the branching out dies, which is one of my new favorites. So we're going to use a couple of these sizes right here. And here are the pieces for this one. So this time I'm starting with a garden green card base. Let me sort everything out here the way I have it set up. So this is going to go on the front of this card. This is going to be the inside card. And then these are the pieces that go on our card base. And then this is for, again, stamping and die cutting, okay? So let's go back to the card base. So we're starting with a card base, garden green, that is 6 3/8 by 5 1/2. And we are scoring it at 2 1/8, all right? So just pretty much if you do an 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 card, you're just scoring it 4 1/4 and then just cutting off this one panel at 2 1/8, all right? Either way, you come up with the same thing. All right, so to add to this base, we're starting with 5 1/4 by 4, and that's the other side of the DSP that we just used. So let's put that down on the inside. And then this is 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. And this is gonna go on the front panel. So we've got that. I'm gonna just flatten this a little bit more with my bone folder so it sits kind of flat and nice for us. Okay, now we have an inside card, all right? And this is gonna open opposite, so this is gonna go here and open like this, all right? So our pieces here, again, I have garden green. This time I have 5.5 by 4 1/4. You can see how that's our normal 5 1/4 by 4 1/2, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 sheet. And then on the 5 1/2 side, we're scoring in half at 2 3/4, okay? So we've got that. We have this piece of white for the inside, and this little piece of basic white is 3 3/4 by 2 1/4, and that'll fit in here perfectly. And then I have just one more little strip of the Christmas tags and more DSP, and this is just a 1/2 inch by 2.5 inches. Now again, perfect spot, not a lot of room, but perfect spot to put the greeting of your choice in here for the inside of your card. Or maybe you just like to write a little bit. That's good. All right. Easy breezy, right? Before we attach this, let's build on the front of this. So all I'm doing is putting these down flat. So I have these 2 pieces of the branching out dies. I did the larger one in real red, and I did this one in basic white. We're going to stamp on this one. We're going to stamp the same sentiment, 'tis the season for baking. This time we're going to do it in garden green. So let me get that out and clean it up. When I was playing, I was going to use Versamark for something, and I wasn't paying attention. I got a lot of red ink in my Versamark this week, so that wasn't cool. And look at my green. Don't you think there's something wrong with my garden green? I just ordered a new one, but it's old. I'm going to say it's old, but something about the surface just isn't right. It looks like something started to eat it, which is weird. Not like something, but it's just, I feel like it's deteriorating. Nothing ate it, trust me. Okay, 'tis the season for baking. Let's put these pieces down. I love a nice die that, you know, you can use a border with, concentric die, so you can do several layers of the same shape. I absolutely love that. Let's just use a little more seal and put this down on the front of this. Again, remember the card's going to open this way. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to go ahead and put this down now, and then we can build on top of it. Again, using a decent, fair amount of adhesive. This is just going to go exactly in the middle. So just center it exactly in the middle. Like that. There we go. Now we can build a little bit more on here. So what we're going to do on here is stamp. I'm going to do 3 gingerbread boys like I did before. Same exact thing. Hi, Trisha. Thank you so much. And I'm going to do another garden green glove. Okay. So let's get those. I won't go through it again because we just stamped them and die cut them. So here they are. Here are the pieces. All set. Not too many this time, right? Super easy. So that's what we're doing with this sheet right here. Okay, let's pop all these things up, and I'm popping up every single piece. I'm going to use minis on the gingerbread guys, and I'll use regular on the oven mitt. Oh, I'm so thirsty all of a sudden. Too much talking, right? Too much salt for dinner. Sloppy Joes and watermelon, which was really good. But kind of salty. Have you guys started eating what I consider be like the fall dinners yet? The pot roast and, you know, like I feel like the fall, winter comfort foods. I haven't had chili yet this year, but, you know, when football season starts, I start thinking about chili, even though it's still, you know, 95 degrees here. All right, let's place our little guys. Now this one, be careful, because remember this card is opening. So as much as I always love putting stuff over the edge, which I really, really do. I'm going to move this guy over a little bit. I don't want to go too far over the edge because it's going to interfere with how I open the card. So don't go over on this side. It's okay if you go over down there. All right, so there we go. Just like that. Let's look at it. Am I not straight? Nope. I even have some guidelines, right? I've got these little almost like snowflakey star things to line it up, and I didn't. So let's redo that. It's so humid here that this stuff doesn't stick that much. All right, so again in the middle, but let's keep it straight this time. Okay. Phew, much betters. Okay, couple more peppermints. I'm going to use, let's do some mediums. I'm just doing one in the corner here and one in the corner here. And then let's get some more of that red ribbon out and just do a bow. Then I'm going to take a little drink and we'll move on to our next project. So actually somebody at my admin meeting today asked me about buying those little Halloween treat boxes, and I felt bad having to say, oh, they're out of stock right now. I still have some more, so I'm probably going to make some more of them before Halloween, because they were just the cutest things, and everybody loves to get treats for Halloween. Okay, enough playing with my bow. I think we're good. I'm going to use, I ended up using glue for this. It's so humid here. I don't know, glue dots. Let me see first of all. Like I said, my glue dots are in my purse downstairs. So let's get out a new box. And I'm going to use 2 glue dots to see if I can get this bow to stick on. I'm just going to lift them, put them right about here. Okay, the bow might be a little big, but it's okay. All right, card number 2, all finished. Super cute. Love it. These, gosh, I don't know who designed this stamp set, but I am in love with it. Okay, next. Let me get a drink of water really quick. Okay, we're going to work on this one next. This is just a cute little candy box. Super easy to make. Not too fussy at all. So, let's get out. Now, for this one, I just added, this is the Nested Essentials dies. And I used the 2 largest ones like this just to kind of make some tags, like do some layering for tags. I'm sure there's other tag dies that we have, so use what you have. All right, here's our pieces for this. Excuse me. Okay, so we're just doing a little box with a little bit of a cutout. All right, so this is the base, and if you get my Make and Take kit this week, this is how it's going to come. I'll have already scored it for you. I'll have already cut out the little branching out die, so you have a little window. Okay, so let's go over the measurements for this. So this is 9.5 by 7. It's real red cardstock. So on the 7-inch side, so this is the 9.5, this is the 7-inch side. On the 7-inch side, we're going to score 1.5 all the way down. Okay, now on the other side, we're going to start by scoring at 3, 4.5, 7, and 9. All right, and those are our measurements. Now, when you want to cut out your piece, this is like considered to me like right the middle, right? So this is going to be the front of the box. It's going to fold. This is the front. These are the sides, this is the back, and then we have this one little piece right here that's gonna hold it together and glue it shut, right? So I have that skinny piece, and then this piece, and then this is where we're going to go ahead and do our die cutting. And I actually want it, okay, yes, here's the bottom right here. So I want to kind of have it closer to the bottom. You can see the score line right here. This is going to be the bottom. So kind of close to the bottom because our tags are going to be up here, and I want to see the candy through there. Okay, so let's do our folding. So now that I've cut that piece out, I'm just going to go and fold on all our fold lines. Do a little burnishing with my thingamabob, for choice for better. Can't think of the name, bone folder, otherwise known as thingamabob. Okay, there we go. So everything is all folded. All right, next we're going to go back to the bottom because this is our bottom. We have that 1.5 inch on the side, and I'm just going to cut up to the bottom piece on each one. So we'll have several little cuts. Now, there's two shorter, like these are longer. These are like 3 inch. This is the smaller 1.5. On the smaller ones, I'm just going to kind of cut the corners off, do our little pie wedges. I'm going to do that for both of them. Am I in the camera? Okay, I think I am. Okay. This other little piece, when we cut this, you can see we have this skinny little piece right here. I'm going to cut that off completely. Don't need it. All right, cut the corners here. And our box is good and ready to go. It's ready to be glued together. Before we do that, let's take our window sheet and make our little window. So here is our piece of window. And our window sheet is 4 by 2.5 inches. And I'm just going to glue it right here. So I'm going to take my green glue and just make a little bit of a border here. Let's get it started. And I want to make sure I use the right side because this side that's cut out already has a little bit of a border that's, what do you call it? Hold on. Too much going on in my brain at one time. Embossed. So you want to have the embossed edge showing. So this is the flat edge on the inside here. Okay, so let's just do a little bit of glue around the edge. Now this is going to take a minute to dry. So I'm going to put that there, press it down. And I'm going to let this dry for a minute. Okay, let's put that up there. Let's, excuse me, do some stamping. So these are all of our pieces. So I have the DSP that I took one of the pieces and die cut from these Nested Essentials dies. The garden green and the plaid are the same size. Okay, then I did the next size smaller, and we're going to stamp on that in real red, and we're stamping, it's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas. And that fits pretty perfectly on this die cut. All right, got that. Now, on here, while we have the red out, we're going to do another candy cane. And then we're going to do 3 gingerbread boys. Easy breezy. Again, using pecan pie, however you want to say it. So 3 of these cute little guys. I can't remember because when I was getting ready and I pre-cut everything for the live, how many gingerbread boys there were total, but I feel like there were a lot. Okay, so die cut those out. We'll have 1, 2, 3 of those and another candy cane. There we go, so that's done. Okay, so we've got just about all of our pieces to go ahead and finish. The next thing we want to do is prepare the candy. So I'm using a Stampin' Up! Clear envelope, and for this, even though you have this clear window, I still put it in a cello bag to go inside. So I did the little red and green Christmas trees, but I also have another candy I got on Amazon, which I thought was super fun. So it's these little, you guys know these like little puffy mints, right? I like the colors because you have the green and the red stripes. So when you put your candy in, you can put it into your cello bag. These come individually wrapped, so I'll send you some of these in the make and take kit because each one's individually wrapped. I took them out of their wrappers to put them in the cello bag. But because they're individually wrapped, I don't mind sending some to you, and also because they're not going to melt, right, in the mail. These will not melt. So what I would say is this is too fat for our 3-inch box. So you want to kind of be able to set them aside to one side and kind of fold this over when you put them into your treat box, okay? So that's what we've got going here. So these are all ready to go. Okay, let's put our box together. I think it's almost dry with our window. So this is just a super easy way to put this together. This right here, I'm going to put some glue on here. And let's see, do I want to use something else? Let's use some tear and tape just to mix it up. I feel like this will be instant, so we don't have to wait for the glue to dry. Get that off. Fold it over, and it should fold just perfectly right onto our sheet like this, okay? Then there we go. It's like a perfect box, okay? Now, this is the bottom of our box, so we're going to, I know this is getting really close to the camera, but we want to put in the 2 inside tabs first. And what do I want to do with this? Let's try, I guess we'll just do glue. I'll have to wait for it to dry. So we're just going to do these inner ones first. This is the front, so I'm going to fold over the back flap first. Okay. I'm going to hold that for a minute. Then I'm going to add some adhesive here. And then this is the front right here, so the folded side's going to go and the cut side towards the back, so you won't see it as much. All right, I'm going to put that down, use my bone folder to kind of press the flaps down there. And I know this is super close, but we're all set. Now, the other thing we're going to do is kind of pinch this shut. So about halfway, I'm just going to pinch kind of side to side here, like this, and kind of pull it this way. And that way I'm just kind of like pleating it a little bit. All right. Now, this also works really well if you're using DSP for the box, but this is small DSP, right? It's 6x6. That is not big enough to make one of these boxes out of. And I like just having the red color. So we have kind of a natural pleat on both sides, and we're just going to close our box at the top. Now, I am going to take a regular hole punch, and I'm going to do 2 holes, 1 on each side, and we're going to hold that shut with the ribbon. Now, I don't, you know, we have the inner, I want to go inside and a little bit down of those flaps. And I kind of want to go even here, if I can. All right. So there we have our 2 holes. We're going to thread ribbon through there once we get our tags ready. In the meantime, let's see if I put too much candy in here or not, and see how it looks through our window. I think it's maybe a little bit too much candy. Let me take some of them out. Kind of overdid it, but these things are resealable, so that's not an issue. And we'll take out some of these. Maybe too many. Okay, seal it back up. Get it to the side and put it in. And I just thought the red and white would look really sweet and really cute in here. So you can see how that kind of looks through the window. Cute, right? Okay, now we're ready to seal it up, except for the fact that we need our tags. Okay, so I'm going to, you can leave these, like you could make a hole right here and just leave them loose. I decided that I wanted to do a little bit of adhering. So on this first one, I'm just going to line up my corners like this and do it like that. And then I wanted this one to be like this, okay? I'm just going to adhere those down so they're not moving anywhere. Then I'm going to get out the regular hole punch again and do a punch right here. There's not a whole lot of room by its, but we did it fine. Now let's finish decorating with our little pieces, unless I've lost them, which I may have. Are they on my, here they are. We'll take our candy cane and use a little glue and put this one down. Right like that. And then we'll do the popping up of these guys again. These little mint things just melt in your mouth. They're so delicious. And they're festive. I think they'd look really pretty in a candy jar for Christmas too. Okay, let's see. All right, one at the top. This little friend down here. And that one there. Okay, a couple of peppermints to make it official. Yeah, right up here. Okay. All right, there we go. So our cute little tag. Let's get some of that red ribbon. And I'm going to put it through here first. Then we'll go through both sides of the bag here. Let me tuck in this little cellophane. This bag is slipping out of my hands because it's a little bit heavy with these candies. All right, let's leave enough room to make a bow. And I want to twist my ribbon again a little bit so I can get the right bow part. Come on out. All right, that was a terrible bow, but it's fixable. I just need to untwist this part right here. There we go. And we want a fairly large bow on this. Okay. There we go, all finished. Cute, fun for whoever, anybody, right? That you want to share Christmas treats with. We have a couple different samples. You could also use M&Ms. There's lots of things that you could use for this. Oh, thanks for the hearts. I appreciate it so much. So, okay, there we go. We have one little project left, you guys, with this cute little set. So I had to do a gingerbread because we are doing gingerbread, and they're a little bit hard to find right now, but on Amazon I found these Walker's shortbread gingerbread men, and they come in a package like this. So we'll take one out. Now, I got these on Amazon. They're a little bit smaller of a bag, so I thought they were the perfect size for the gingerbread. Let me measure and see how big these little cello bags are. This one is 3 inches by like 4 3/4 inches. So, I mean, well, to the bottom part is 4 inches. So 3 by 4 inches. Okay. So I'm just going to put one of these little gingerbread guys. Now there'll be more gingerbread guys, you know, as we get closer to Christmas. It's going to be easier to find all the good Christmas treats. But for right now, this is what we have. So I'm going to leave a little bit of room at the top. I'm going to seal it up here. But I need a little something for my paper to cling on to, right? So here's our little gingerbread cookie. Now I also did from the kitchen of, and this is in case you want to put a homemade treat in here or something that you made. They have this really cute stamp in the set. So if you make homemade treats, you can use this little stamp to do some kind of decorating to hand out your treats. Now, I don't want to appear that I made this because I did not make it. So we're going to use something a little bit different. And I also cut it out with this, this circle die from the Stylish Shapes dies. So I have this Tags of Thanks stamp set, and this is one of my favorites right now. I really love it. It's got some really nice sentiments. You made my whole day, so lucky to know you. But the thank you is great, and so is the for you. So we're going to use the for you and just make it a for you gift, since it's not really from my kitchen. But I just wanted to show you all the possibilities. So here's our pieces for this one. We're starting with Garden Green, and this Garden Green is 3 by 4 and it's scored at 2. So this is what we're going to be building on. So we can start by taking this just like this, and this is going to be like our bag topper. All right, and I want it to be right about here. So I'm going to take a stapler and just staple it now. And I'm actually going to flip it over because I want the finished staple, because it's going to show on the back, to be on the back. And then we'll have the unfinished staple side on the front, because we're going to cover that up. So leave yourself a little bit of room from this side and this side, so that it's not going to show here, right? Because we're going to cover that up. All right, next, let's start building on our pieces. So I have this cute little piece of Real Red, which is going to be our next layer, but I'm going to remember to put the ribbon on first this time. And this piece of Real Red is 2 7/8 by 1 7/8. And then I have a piece of that Christmas Tags and More DSP. This is 2 3/4 by 1 3/4. And so we can go ahead and adhere that. Got kind of a skinny border here, but we wanted just a little bit of red to peek out. Okay, let's get some ribbon. And this time I felt like the whole thing was a little bit small for a great big bow, so we're just going to tie a knot. So let me get some ribbon out for that. So I'm going to tie it all the way to the side over here. And just tie it in a knot. Easy breezy. Now, you can cut it like the ribbon straight across if you want to, or I thought it was fun to kind of do the ends a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is fold my ribbon in half, and then I'm going to trim it like this on an angle. Whoops. And then I've got my little, what do you call that? Kind of flagged ends. Okay. So that's it. You can see my ends like that. Okay. As a matter of fact, I feel like I want this one a little bit shorter. So let me take a little bit more off of this one. Okay, I think that's better. So we're working with a very small piece of, just a very small little thing here. All right. Okay, what's going to go on next? We are going to, here's that Stylish Shape that we're going to do our For You on. Then I have a little scrap of basic white. We're going to do the rolling pin and one gingerbread and pecan pie and another candy cane. Okay, so stamp and die cut that. So gingerbread, let's see if I can find another candy cane. Good. And then all we have to do is do the For You in real red. Hold on, there's not many pieces here to choose from. All right, here we go. And I feel like this For You fits pretty perfectly on here. All right, so let's start popping things up. I think I'm popping up all of these things, but let me get my minis out again. I'm just reading the comments, and yeah, you guys, yes, Christmas tags and more, DSP. Awesome DSP. I'm thinking of next week sticking with the gingerbread theme and doing those bigger gingerbread. So we'll see. I might do that because I'm kind of in a gingerbread mood now. And those make really cute cards too. I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of Christmas things to choose from right now. So got to make some Christmas decisions. What do we want to do next? Or do I wait a week until we can get a little bit more of the Christmas candy and whatnot in? All right, let's put this here next. For You. We're just kind of layering everything up. Just like that. All right. Let's add some more peppermints because those make everything cuter. And a medium one right there. Okay. This just has to be put onto here now, so we're just going to add a little bit or a lot of adhesive. Let's put some on the ribbon too. And put that. This is such a nice, easy little treat, right? This would be another one. Maybe for my next admin meeting, I'll hand these out to everybody for a little Christmas theme. We'll see. Okay, that's it. A couple different choices here. And we got through those pretty fast, right? It looks like it's only 8:01. Thank y'all. Okay, let's put out what we made. We put it together quick. Let me just talk about this for a second, though. If you place an order of $50 or more before discounts or tax on my website by Saturday, I'll send you the things to make these projects for free, okay? All the pre-cut cardstock, the solo bags. I'll send you some of the little peppermint candies. If you don't want to place an order, you can purchase them for $22. Just email me. I'll be happy to invoice you on that. But $75 or more, and you will get free shipping. So you got to love that. All right, there's our cards. Here's our couple of treat boxes, and here's our little cookie holders. All right. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. I love spending time with you. Like, how crooked is everything? Like, this is in the middle, but it's not in the middle. Hold on. I want to make sure you can see everything. Silly, silly, silly. All right. If you would like the project and measurement sheet for this, let me pull this up a little bit so you can see it a little bit further away. This will be in my email that goes out tomorrow. It comes out about 10 a.m. If you're on my email list, you'll get this automatically, and you'll be able to click on this to print the project supply sheet. If you're not on my email list, just email me. I'll be happy to send you the measurements so you can make these cards if you would like to. Reminder, wrapped in sheer. This is the paper pumpkin through November 10th. The one from last month I just got this week, and oh my gosh, so cute. Have not made the cards yet, but yeah, going to. That was this Cozy Christmas. So cute. I need to do that this week, make the cards from that one. The add-on die set for Paper Pumpkin. And then don't forget to 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. This would be another one to add to an order if you do the starter kit. So you could add this as part of what you're getting for the $35. What a bargain that is. All right, you guys. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa. Love everybody in this group. Thank you. You guys are great. Have a good week, everybody. I will see you next Tuesday. All right. Bye-bye.